Good morning, welcome to a new video in which we're going to discuss Ethereum, as I do remember that people were shouting at Ethereum going up and up and up in the past month, and now nobody is going to discuss Ethereum anymore as there is so much FUD surrounding the project, so I thought we're going to do a video on Ether. But before we're going to continue, I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, which you can do beneath, and also like the video, which is helping me a lot to grow this channel for a bigger audience. So then Ethereum. Ethereum is still the key indicator regarding altcoin momentum. And we're going to discuss the Bitcoin pair in a little stage from now, in which we were saying, okay, Ethereum against Bitcoin is dropping down, so altcoins are showing weakness. But what you see usually is that when Ethereum runs, it has its run, and then altcoins will follow suit. When ETH starts to drop, at some stage altcoins will follow, and now we're getting into the vibes where Ethereum is probably going to consolidate on the Bitcoin pair, bottom out before the next big run in the summer is most likely going to happen. We've just also experienced the first real drop down on Ethereum and the entire crypto markets, through which we have seen a correction which was harsh. Now we see some upwards momentum, but still I'm not convinced that we have bottomed out, and that's what we're going to discuss in this first stage on Ethereum, in which we were saying, okay, we've got this entire momentum south. I'll just use a clean, I'm going to use this. We've just had the momentum south, in which we know that there was this weakness. We saw a rejection at 1977. Then a drop down below 1900, which was this support zone here. Immediate fall through towards the next support zone at around 1550. Rejection of the previous support, which is usually a sign of weakness, so a bearish support resistance flip, after which the price of ETH dropped towards the green zone, which is defined on a daily time frame as a critical support zone, as we have discussed this yesterday as well, or a few days ago. We also see this previous high at 1285 as a critical support. It used to be resistance, and then we've got this compression period here. That is just a very big block to keep support on and to watch for momentum. And that's what we're currently seeing. What we see is that we have a rejection at 1700, another fall through, and this was the critical part in which we were saying, okay, this has to bounce up, confluent with the momentum on Bitcoin USDT, as Bitcoin had to bounce up as well. But we also see that we've got this bullish divergence here, indicating that we are going to see some upwards momentum. That's what we see right now. Immediate rejection at a resistance zone at the 1600 level, which is defining the range construction. And after such a bounce up, you want to see the previous support, which is derived at 1450, to become support again. That's what we have done right now. So this entire scenario that we've constructed here is most likely going to take place, in which we are saying, okay, we have flipped this 1450 level, this entire block, for support, which was critical. And based on that support resistance flip, we are most likely going to test the upper period or the upper level of the range construction, in which the upper level is this entire region here between 1600 to, let's say, 1675. Then we get this higher construction, and we know that this is the range high. This entire region here is the range high. The block where we are moving in between. So most likely we're going to break above this previous range high construction, get a fake out, and then we drop back into the range. As usually a corrective move in the markets have two waves, in which we just witnessed the one. Now we're correcting upwards to test some levels to become resistance and to make people bullish again on the markets. And then one more drop down to at least the previous support, to test that for support before confirmation of bullish continuation. Also next after 1700 to 1780 is the area that we have here around 1900, but that is on the boards if we get above these regions here. But this is the scenario that you want to see: bullish flip of 1450 and then continuation. Is 2k again on the boards? Definitely not, as there's just many levels that we have to crack first before we're going to see that momentum. But we're getting close towards a bottoming construction than that we were during this period. So that is fine. The liquidity on the downside has been taken significantly, and now we're just consolidating before the next impulse wave. And I truly believe that once we get into the 2K ranges, we're going to see a fast acceleration on the markets in general regarding Ethereum and cryptocurrencies in general. As we can see that Ethereum is currently bottoming out on the Bitcoin pair. So what we have been seeing previously on the Bitcoin pair of Ethereum is that it's also moving in waves. We do see these higher lows and higher highs. We do see that we've got those waves in which we test previous levels for support. And we did see that we had a massive run up during February and January on Ethereum, causing Ethereum to run to 2K. However, we also got a bearish divergence in this area here, in which we got an indication that we were going to reverse. Immediate bearish flip of the 0.4 such level, and then further downwards momentum. And there's just two levels that we have to watch. One is the current zone that we are actually acting in. That's this range between 0.3 sets. And there's the zone that we've got around this green block, as we do have this previous low. So that's what you not want to lose. So currently we are holding this level for support, indicating that we might have a bullish bounce up, just like we have witnessed here. During March we might get a bullish bounce up. After that, one more corrective move before we continue to move in general. So this bounce up could indicate that we're going towards this region on Ethereum, 0.37, which is about like 12% from here. Could bring Ethereum in general towards like 1700, 1750, that red box that we just discussed on Ethereum USDT. Then one more drop down to either of these two zones, and then we start to crawl up towards the next impulse wave, as usually higher lows, higher highs becomes a parabolic advancement at some point. So I'm still assuming that once we hold this area, get some consolidation going on Ethereum, I'm assuming we get a very big move to anything in this region. This is the first resistance zone around 0.6 sets, and then the next one is in this entire region. That would bring Ethereum towards 5K. So what is currently happening on Bitcoin to finalize this small market update? We have discussed the levels that we were going to watch. Unfortunately, it could not bring the level that I wanted to see, which is this entire region here between 46.5 to 46.9. But the construction is basically still the same. So I still believe that we have got this figure here in which we are anticipating a retest of this entire region. You could say that the range bound or the range high is around 51K. Definitely eager to see how price is going to react there. If we do make this breaker and we're not going to come back down again, I'm going to see this test of 54K, which is confluent with Ethereum going towards $1,700 as well. If we reject here, I'm assuming we're going to see some more chopperinos before we're going to see bullish continuation, and then this entire scenario on Bitcoin is going to develop itself. As you should be aware that I expect this correction to end close to the 21-week MA, through which I'm assuming that we will see some more and longer prolonged correction, in which you can also see that it's happening here, right? So we've got this entire bottoming construction, a run up, and then some more sideways chop for about 2.5 weeks before we continue to move. So in this case, we can see that we've got the first run up. Now we're looking at first run down. Now we're looking at a wave up, and then most likely we get a further corrective move, after which we everybody's going to call their mom and cry again. But that will grant some massive opportunities, and from there onwards, we're going to be ready for the alt summer. So thank you very much for watching for this one again. Don't forget to subscribe beneath. Also, please like the video. If you want to see some content, just shout in the comment section so we can work further with that. And have a wonderful day.